Hello again, my name is Dr. Seth E, and in this video I'm going to go through how you would create an APA reference list. So in previous videos we talked about why you would want to have an in-text citation and questioning claims, and then the video after that we went through APA in-text citations and direct quotes. And so for this second video focused on APA, we're going to go through referencing lists, and lastly will be another video on APA common errors. Again, take a look at the Purdue Online Writing Lab website, which has a lot of great information and resources and examples as well. And here we go. So for an APA reference list for a journal article or whatever that might be, everything is alphabetized in order of the first author's last name is how you arrange a reference list. And for journal articles, this is a single author article, the first author's last name. The first name of that author is represented by the first A, and then the second A is the middle initial of their middle name. Then we have the year in parentheses with a period, the title of the article. Notice the T in title is capitalized, so the first word in the article title is capitalized. Everything else is lowercase unless it's proper nouns. The title of the journal is italicized, comma. Then we have the two X's, which are the volume number and the issue number. Sometimes there is no issue number, so that might just be a single number, but we have the volume number is the outside of parentheses, and that is italicized with no space directly next to the issue number in parentheses, comma, and then we have the page range, which is represented by the double P's there. So that might be, for example, 7 to 20, then a period, and then the entire URL of the DOI, which stands for Digital Object Identifier. So here's an example. This example here does not have a DOI, but we can see the first author's last name is Jenny, it is me. It's one of my early papers. SE, initials, then it goes to the next, there's three authors here. Notice that the entire title of the article, the only word that's capitalized is the very first word, but the journal is uppercase for the first letter of the word, words in it. It's italicized, so the volume is 9, issue is 1, so the 9 is italicized, and the page range is 96 to 111. Another example, two authors. So we have in the reference list, the first author is Soto, CJ is their initials, and then we use the and sign to separate out to put then the second author, which is John, is the last name. 3 to 20 authors. So again, this is new for the 7th edition of the APA manual. List by the last names and initials, commas separated out. And so we will list every single author right before the last author's name. We'll have the and sign listed here. And notice this example here does not have an issue number, just the volume 65. So that's what that looks like. There's no DOI for that one either. Here for books, how you might list for APA reference style. So we have the author, year of publication, that's all the same. The title of the work, and then the publisher. You do not need to include the location of the publisher. That is old news, old versions of APA. Here's a web page. If you take a information source from a web page, we have the author's last name, first initial, if they have two initials that listed. A lot of times a web article will have a month and a day, and so you put the year first, then comma, month and day. Then you have the title of the article. So for this example, it is laziness does not exist. Medium is, so the article title is italicized. The location of where they got it, that information from, is not. That is not italicized, and then the actual web address of where that article is located on the internet. So that's a real quick rundown. The Purdue OWL has a ton more examples of various things that you might want to cite, such as reports and things like that. But think about how this is a check for understanding how you might arrange this for an APA reference list. I'm going to give you a second here. You can pause the video. Notice the capitalization for the colons in articles. One unique thing maybe you noticed in the previous example is, so here's how it would be arranged. References is centered in the centered it at the top of the reference list. But if there is a colon in the middle of a title, the word after the colon is capitalized. So everything in this title of this article is lowercase except for the first word and then the first word after the colon. So that gives you a little bit more information about reference lists. You can list the reference list below responses for discussions, at the end of papers, at the end of presentations, and those should be arranged in APA style. If you have other questions, please reach out and check me out on Twitter.